In today's video, I'll focus on the real core of kidney problems. There is one thing that causes almost everything that's wrong with people's health, including kidney disease. It's the #1 cause of diabetes, it damages your heart, it causes bad cholesterol, inflammation, it increases blood pressure, and it's even linked to cancer. Now, have you guessed what it is? Hint, it doesn't have an ounce of it. And the answer is visceral fat. Visceral fat isn't visible, so we don't always know it's there. As we can see, it's not the fat you see. That's called subcutaneous fat. It's the fat that surrounds internal organs, and that makes it that much more dangerous. Skinny people can have it as well. And yes, there is a home remedy. I have it here. That's supported by science to help get rid of visceral fat. Because in this video, as usual, I want to focus on the solution and not on the problem. So today we will take a look at what really works and can give you fast results in terms of improved kidney health, to reduce visceral fat and also to lose weight. Fact: your kidneys will benefit greatly from any action taken towards solving the visceral fat problem because it causes inflammation. So, reducing visceral fat can significantly reduce your disease risk while improving your health and improving your overall quality of life. But before I'll show you what lifestyle changes, what foods and home remedies work best for people with kidney problems, I want to show you why reducing visceral fat is so important. To understand how much you may benefit from losing visceral fat, let's get back to the sumo wrestler example. Okay. Japanese sumo wrestlers are often used as a popular example of metabolically healthy obese. They are morbidly obese, technically, and yet due to their high level of activity, they have very little visceral fat accumulation. This means that sumo wrestlers have a healthy metabolic profile, no cholesterol, no inflammation, no heart and metabolic problems, until they stop training. Once their activity drops off, so does their fitness, and they begin to accumulate excess visceral fat, matched by all the health problems usually linked to fat accumulation. The other end of the spectrum are skinny fat people. In fact, skinny fat people generally have all the hallmark health problems associated with obesity: high blood pressure, increased levels of LDL cholesterol, insulin resistance, without overtly looking the part. This happens because someone weighing just 100 pounds may have more visceral fat than a 400 pounds sumo wrestler. So, how can you tell if you have excess visceral fat? If you ask your healthcare provider, they will typically use general guidelines to evaluate your visceral fat. They will measure your waist size, assess your total body fat, and state that the percentage of your total body fat is your visceral fat. But there is a lot more to this issue than visceral fat is 10% of your total body fat. A better indicator of visceral fat is body shape. Look in the mirror where your body tends to store fat can offer you a clue. If you're an apple, for example, a big trunk and slimmer legs, it often can mean more visceral fat. This body shape is more common among men. Women are more likely to be pears with bigger hips and thighs. Research shows that upper body fat is more dangerous to your health, which might be one reason why we women usually live longer than men. Now, unlike many other health problems, you don't actually need to know if you have visceral fat, because everyone, healthy or not, young or old, needs to take steps to either prevent visceral fat accumulation or get rid of it. So, let's see how to do this. First, eat smart. Instead of focusing on what to avoid, focus on what to eat. Start every meal with fruit, vegetables, and well, the supplement I'll show you in a moment. This is something I do every day because it works. To make things easier, here's how I do it. Every morning, I prepare for myself 5 or 6 servings of fruit and vegetables. Obviously, choose fruits and veggies that are low in potassium and won't cause you problems. If you don't know what to eat, please watch some of my recent videos. You will find tons of meal ideas and kidney-friendly foods. So what I usually do is to wash all these fruit and veggies in the morning in a baking soda bath. And then I start all my meals with a fruit or veggie. Easy. Also, don't discard the peel of the fruit you eat. This is why the baking soda bath is important, because it removes pesticides and toxins from the fruits and veggies. This way, you can also eat the peel, which is basically the healthiest part since it contains most of the vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Great for your kidney health, to stop cravings and to fight visceral fat and inflammation. Obviously, this is not enough to turn a bad way of eating into a healthy one. Especially if you have kidney problems, you will still have to follow a low potassium and low protein diet. But trust me when I say that following a diet is a lot easier when you're not always hungry. And fruits and veggies can help a lot. Still, there is one thing you should be avoiding like the plague: added sugar. Studies have shown that people who eat more added sugar tend to have more visceral fat. Added sugar contains roughly 50% fructose, which is metabolized and, if eaten in large amounts, turned into visceral fat by the liver, with all the unhealthy consequences for your kidneys we have already seen. And this is just one reason why added sugar is the unhealthiest thing you can eat. The problem with added sugar is that it's incredibly addictive. It's what's causing food cravings. The more sugar you eat, the more sugar you want. Unfortunately, food companies know this and, well, they are using this information against us. Food companies find new ways every single day to sneak sugar into basically everything without letting you know about it. Have you ever heard the word cane juice crystals? Would you think about sugar if you saw this word on a food label? Yeah, me neither. Obviously, cane juice crystals is just one of the incredibly creative ways food companies are hiding sugar in basically everything. Let's take a look. Agave nectar, corn sweetener, glucose solid, panocha, barley malt, cane juice, maltol, just to name a few. Ooh, beware of any product containing any of the ingredients you see here. It's all added sugar. The sooner you start to remove all added sugar from your diet, the better. It's a very effective way of getting rid of visceral fat quick. The other very fast way to solve this problem is, well, of course, exercising. Regular exercise is the fastest way to shed visceral fat. Sumo wrestlers are living proof of this. In fact, many studies have shown that aerobic exercise can help you lose visceral fat even without dieting. And obviously, if you don't eat like a sumo wrestler, exercising will help you get rid of any excess subcutaneous fat too. Now, the health benefits of exercising regularly are too many to mention all of them. Starting an exercising program is basically the fastest way to get an improvement in every single aspect of your health. Exercising regularly can significantly reduce your visceral fat, which in turn lowers disease risk while improving your health and improving your overall quality of life. So if you want, try my exercising program if you still haven't. It's perfectly suitable for people with kidney problems. Link is up here. Save it for later because now it's time for the home remedies. Our first home remedy is probiotics. Probiotics are live bacteria that can benefit your gut and digestive health. They have many benefits for your health. They are found in foods like kefir, sauerkraut, natto, and more, but also in supplements. Some studies suggest that certain probiotic strains can help you lose weight and visceral fat. Research in this area is quite new. What we know right now is that some probiotic bacteria from the Lactobacillus family, such as Lactobacillus fermentum, Lactobacillus amylovirus, and especially Lactobacillus gasseri, may help you lose visceral fat. They may reduce dietary fat absorption in the gut, increasing how much of it you excrete in feces. In addition, probiotics may help promote kidney health, basically for the same principle. Some strains of probiotics may help the intestines excrete some of the toxins your kidneys cannot properly remove. Uremic toxins and also urea, uric acid, and creatinine. These may even in turn help your kidneys improve because they will be less burdened by those toxins. Probiotic supplements are especially useful if you have altered gut flora. This happens in case of stress, chronic diseases, but also if you take antibiotics or suffer from constipation, IBS, or other digestive problems. Now, I've made a full video showing how to take probiotic supplements and which brands are best in case of kidney problems. Link is up here if you want to know more. Now, the miracle remedy I want to show you in this video is a supplement called Psyllium Husk. I've already talked about it in some of my videos because, well, I think it's a real miracle for people with kidney problems. What you may not know already about Psyllium Husk is that it can be successfully used to lower visceral fat. But dosages and way of administering it are different from what you would usually do. Let's take a look. Psyllium Husk is a supplement containing soluble fiber, okay? It is sold by several brands. Some of them well-known Metamucil, for example, and it's really easy to find on Amazon or in physical stores. But you don't have to buy name brand supplements. In my experience, cheaper ones work as well. Now, dietary fiber is extremely helpful and you should do your best to get as much of it as you can from the diet. Dietary fiber can be divided into two broad categories, soluble and insoluble. The soluble kind is the one that has almost miraculous properties. It mixes with water to form a viscous gel-like substance. This helps slow down the delivery of digested food from the stomach to the intestines, which is great, for example, to lower the glycemic impact of carbohydrates. Incredibly useful for people with diabetes. And very interestingly, soluble fiber may also help suppress cravings and appetite and reduce visceral fat. Oh, incredible! I mean, have they actually found something you can eat to shed weight? So, does it really work? Here is what science says. One study found that taking up to 10 grams of psyllium before breakfast and lunch led to significant reductions in hunger, desire to eat, and increased fullness between meals compared to a placebo. Another older study from 2011 showed that psyllium supplementation on its own, as well as paired with a fiber-rich diet, resulted in a significant reduction of weight. body mass index, and percentage of body fat. Well, it looks like it works. Now, what I really like about soluble fiber is that you can find it as a supplement and it is cheaper than dirt. It also tastes a bit like dirt, but hey, you can have your cake and eat it too. Now, before you start using it, if you already aren't, there are some side effects to consider. Psyllium could delay the absorption of certain medications. Therefore, doctors often recommend that people avoid taking it with other medicines. So talk to your doctor and find a way to take it safely, okay? Doses of 5 to 10 grams 3 times per day do not appear to have serious side effects. However, people may notice some crampings, gas, or bloating, especially when they start taking it. So, these side effects usually go away by themselves. Most people are able to tolerate psyllium well. Very important, how to take psyllium for weight loss. Psyllium is naturally low calorie with no sugar, so it will not spike your insulin. You can take psyllium any time of the day. But as we have seen, the best way to reduce hunger is taking up to 10 grams of psyllium before meals. But you can tailor-suit the use of this supplement even better if you want. When asking yourself how to take Psyllium Husk for reducing visceral fat, think about what you struggle the most with when it comes to dieting. Is it feeling full? Cravings? Eating too much? Schedule your doses accordingly. The benefits of dietary fiber are greatest when consumed as part of a meal. So it is best consume Psyllium Husk just prior to or in addition to your meals. But you can also consume Psyllium Husk between meals or just before bedtime. The timing will depend on your personal preferences and hopefully results. Okay guys, I really hope the info of today's video will be able to help you. If you want to try my exercising program, link is up here. As usual, a new video is coming next Tuesday. Subscribe and set the notification bell to all if you don't want to miss it. In the meantime, keep taking good care of your kidneys and be good to yourself. This is all for today. Thank you for watching.